Hi guys, welcome to my channel and to learn, and today I'm going to give you an introduction about HTML5. Okay, so at first we are going to for this HTML introduction I'm using the software PyCharm for doing the HTML programs, and in simple words HTML is hypertext markup language. HTML is a standard markup language for creating web pages. HTML describes the structure of a web page, and HTML consists of a series of elements. So we are going to learn about few of the elements today, and the first that we can see here, I think you can see that is the doc type HTML. The doc type HTML is actually declaration that defines that this document is an HTML5 document. So we are actually talking here about HTML5 only. And next you can see the HTML lang is equals to n, something like that. Okay, so lang is equals to en means the language of this should be in English, and HTML is the root element of an HTML page. And what is head? Now head element contains meta information about the HTML page, and you can see also a meta charset that provides metadata about the HTML page, and title. So title actually, in simple words, everyone knows title. That titles actually defines like specifies the title for the HTML page. And I have written the title here as "Hello World," as you can see. So now, so for every HTML element, we at first like write this elements, and let's say we have just we can just write this element head, and to end this element we have to use the slash. You can see this is the slash, and then after that we will write head. As you can see, this is head. We have write the meta and title. Then by the way, chart set means the character set, and the character set is here UTF-8. So you can just see here, I've just shown. Now what is the body? So body element defines the document's body, and it is the container for all visible content such as headings, paragraphs, images, hyperlinks, tables, lists, etc. Okay, so I think you must have a clear conception of this by now. So next we'll learn about some extra elements. So first element that we're going to learn is that paragraph. So what is paragraph? Paragraph is actually a paragraph actually always start on a new line, and browsers automatically add some white space before and after a paragraph. So we are going to write a paragraph like this. Let's say this is my first paragraph. I've written this, and I'm just going to run this. So I think you can now see this. This is my first paragraph. So this is kind of interesting. We have written our first paragraph in HTML5. So now I'm just going to, again back to my screen, I'm just going to write another thing just next to the line, and you will see that it started from a new paragraph. So this is my second paragraph. So paragraph. Okay. So I've written this is my first paragraph. This is my second paragraph. So now I'm just going to run this program. I hope, and it's written like this. This is my first paragraph. This is my second paragraph. So we have the lines just changed. It is not on the same line. So actually the paragraphs changed. So now we are going to go back to the screen, and now we are going to know something about headings. So what is headings? HTML headings are titles or subtitles that you want to display on a web page. So let us write a heading. Let's say I'm heading H1 and So let's say my first my first HTML heading. Okay, so my first HTML heading, I've written this. I'm just going to run it. Let's see what happens now. So this is my first HTML heading, and this is very interesting part. And we have written our first heading, we have written our first paragraph, we have written our first second paragraph. So now what we are going to do is we just want to, now you may have a doubt that why I've written H1 instead of writing H2, H3 or anything. So I'm just going back to screen now. Now I've written here H1, as you can see, H1. So if I write H2, what will happen? Let's see. So this automatically changed into H2. So I'm just going to run it. So happened is that what happened is that the heading just became a little bit smaller than the last one. So we can see there is a like difference in the size. So there are actually 6 types of heading, and the H1 is the biggest heading, and H6 is the smallest one. So we have learned about headings now, and we have learned about paragraphs. So now we are going to learn about another thing, that is the image. So what is image? Images can improve the design and appearance of a web page. So I'm going back to the HTML file. So I'm just here, and I'm going to just paste this all. Okay, now image. So the image is written like this, image, img, and there is an attribute known as source, src. So in src, we'll write about the source of the image, that is the URL of the image. So we are going to write the source as src is equals to, and in this course we are going to give the URL of the image, and I already have a URL. I'm just going to paste it. This is the URL, and I'm going to write another attribute, that is ALT. That is ALT is actually the alternative text for the image. So let's see the ALT, and this image is actually of a cat. So I'm just going to write it as cat. Okay, so I've got it, and after that I will end this img. No, sorry, we don't have to end this actually. We can just write it like this. Okay, so I have written the alternative as cat, and let me just now run this program. Let's see what happens. And you can see this is a picture of the cat. Okay, so we have seen this picture. Now if we just, let's say we want to change the size of the image, so what we can do is that we can just adjust the width, that is the height will adjust itself automatically. So when width, and I'm just giving the width as, let's say, 300. Okay, so just run this, and now you will see that the image has become a lot smaller than the previous one. And this is very interesting feature of the image element. And this may help us to change the size of various images that we use in our web pages. So we have learned about many different topics, and very interesting topics, that are like the headings, the paragraphs, and images. So now we are going to learn about links. So we are going to learn about links now. What are actually links? HTML links are actually hyperlinks. You can click on a link and jump to another document. When you move the mouse over a link, the mouse arrow will turn into a little hand. Okay, so we are going to write a link like this, A and href, and we are just going to give the link URL, that is HTTP. Let's say we are writing about Google, so given the link of Google, let's say google.com. So you have to be careful about this. You have to give the whole link, including the HTTPS one. So I'm just going to write it as this link is will lead us to Google. And I'm just going to end this and just run this program. So you can now see, I'm just going to click at this thing, and it's now Google. It's the home page of Google. Let's say you want your users to stay at your website. So you are just going to write about target is equals to blank. And I'm just going to run it. And it's going to show us like this. And you can see that the Google is open, but your website is also there. And we have learned about link also. So in today's class, we have learned about headings, paragraphs, links, and images. And these are very important topics and very interesting topics about HTML5. So on the next class, we'll learn more about HTML. If this video benefited you, please like, share, and comment on this video. And please subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get more interesting videos about this educational topics. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you.